Por eso elevo mi voz, bendiciendo tu nombre.
1. Welcome everybody to the Fine People Podcast, where we highlight some dope people from all walks of life. I am your host, Midwest Manny, and today we have a special guest.
Yo, what's going on? My name is Oskar Samayoa.
What's going on, bro? How you been?
Busy.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the best way I could say it, just busy.
I know you have a big event coming up, right?
Yeah. I got a event with a Michelin-starred restaurant called Esme, and the chef there, his name is Jenner Tomasca, and they just got a Michelin star a couple months ago, and
oh, nice.
They invited me to a dinner a couple months back, and that's where I got to know him. Been knowing about him for years. Fucking
OG. The owner of the restaurant?
The owner and the chef, yeah.
Oh shit, what's his name?
Jenner Tomasca.
Jenner Tomasca.
Yeah.
So he met you that day, and he's like...
Yeah, it was funny because, like, so they invited us, Johnny Walker invited us for a dinner they had there. And, you know, he walked by and, like, we locked eyes. It was, like, love at first sight type shit.
Yeah.
So I looked at the homie, he looked at me, and we were just, like, nodded at each other. And he was, like, after, like, the whole dinner thing, like, the chefs came out, and I just, like, went to go introduce myself. And he started following me after that. So it was, like, cool. And we just, like, started chopping it up via, like, DM on Instagram.
So is that usually how like a collab would work for you?
Yeah, no. I mean, usually collaborations are done with like homies or, you know, like different establishments or different chefs in the game. As far as like for my stuff. But for those who don't know, I am the chef and owner of Birriatatatacos, which is a pop-up restaurant.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that
yeah.
part, right? Yeah, we're gonna get into that for sure, 100%. Yeah. I'm just curious about like for example, how collab works, you know, because you mainly focus, your main focus is Birriatacos? Yeah. Right?
Right now.
It's in the name, moment. Obviously, right?
Correct.
So why Birriatacos?
So we started during the pandemic of 2020, and it was no intentions to start a pop-up in Chicago, or like nothing. The reason I did it was because a good friend of mine, Zach Hertz, him and I started cooking when we were shorties, when we first got into the industry career of cooking. And
just for fun?
Just for fun. No, well, we started because, like, I mean, it's a job, you know what I'm
saying?
So
you guys met
but we wanted to start cooking. We met at the first restaurant, you know, that we started at.
Okay.
Him and I started cooking at, that was the restaurant.
Where is that, you don't mind me asking?
Scofflaw. It's in Logan Square on Armitage and, was it Kedzie?
Yeah, it's a really cool spot.
Cool ass spot, cool ass people, great cocktails, good food. Yeah. So I jumped in the restaurant industry and met Zach. So fast forward fucking 10 years later, the pandemic happened and he lived like 10 minutes away from me, 5-10 minutes. And our thing was like, yo, let's not lose this momentum and this passion of cooking. So we need to start cooking. I mean, at the crib, obviously, right? Like,
is it because the pandemic kind of just slowed business down?
Yeah, so like the restaurants were fucking shutting down. You know, there was no work because people couldn't go outside. Then, you know, the law came into play, or like, you know, the city was like, yo, people can't shut it down. So to keep that momentum going of us like being in the culinary industry, we were like, hey, let's start cooking at least twice a week. So we would cook everything in the book, right? From March to like June, cooking almost like 2-3 times a week.
You talking about like just different styles?
Yeah, different things, pastas, whatever the fuck it was. You know, we made fucking cochinita pibil. We would make pastas from scratch. We would make fucking cakes just because like we needed to fucking, you know, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We don't want to be lazy or whatever. So anyways,
keeping the skills sharp, right?
100%, exactly. So towards the beginning of the summer, things started getting a little lenient. But prior to that, Zach was like, yo, like, we need to make birria. And we're like, hell yeah, we need to make birria. But the summer came along, so we started going to the beach and, you know, chilling outdoors and stuff like that. So we kind of, like, stirred away from cooking.
Yeah. Summertime.
Cool. Summertime, like, we need to get out the crib. So, you know, it was cool. So then towards August, I was like, yo, G, like, we need to get back in it. And he had an opportunity to go to the UK, London, for a couple months. And I decided to just go back into the whole making birria thing. So I developed a recipe, and I was like, damn, well, we got all this fucking food. What better way to get my family together after not seeing each other for fucking months, and invite them over to my house. At the time, I had a dope ass crib. I had like a townhouse, like 2 floors, patio on the fucking roof and everything.
In Logan?
In Logan, yeah. Sick ass crib. I miss it.
I miss Logan Square a lot too, man. We had a duplex there, and dude, Logan's a good spot.
Yeah,
sure.
Been there for the past like 12 years. But anyways, so I kind of had like a friends and family, just for the fuck of it, to get my family together, and it was fucking beautiful. Haven't seen my family. Like, obviously, we'll do those little Zoom calls and shit,
Zoom calls.
But being there in person with them was different. So it kind of, one of the reasons why I cook is, like, I love to see people eat. Like, that's seeing them happy, seeing food make them happy, their belly full, and them satisfied after a good meal.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, when you make something from scratch, something you put together, obviously, it has to come, all the greatest chefs has to come with love, right? So everything you make. So when you see somebody, like, enjoy the shit out of something you made, like, that's what, I'm guessing that's what gets you, right?
Yeah, that's what gets my shit rolling. It's like,
keeps
that's
you motivated.
This is why I do it,
But how was, now that we're talking about the pandemic, it reminds me of, like, how those times, how, like, even though the pandemic was 2 years ago, it feels like it was a while back, but it feels so like yesterday too. It's weird. But during that time when you were at the restaurants, would you say that the pandemic kind of helped you just like develop the entrepreneur, or like just explore the entrepreneur side of like yourself?
I had this conversation with one of my good friends not too long ago, and I was like, pandemic was one of the best years of my life. If it wasn't for the pandemic, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today, to be honest. That shit just brought out the hustler in everybody, like, straight the fuck up. Like, it gave people a reason to do what they're doing, as far as like entrepreneurship and just hustling in general.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because I felt like that was that for a lot of people, right? Yeah. We have a lot of mutual friends, and like a lot of them have similar stories where that pandemic lit a fire on your ass. We're like, yo, I gotta get this going. Now I have some time, and it's like you start to realize that the 9 to 5, like, that's not pandemic proof, like that could be gone like that. Anything could be gone like that, it's just the way life is. But it kind of just made you realize that, like, I gotta be able to have multiple incomes, or like just my own thing, where I don't have to worry about something like that happening. So that's really sounds fucked up, but I mean that's kind of a little blessing in disguise, right?
It was, yeah, for sure.
A curse and a blessing for a lot of people, for sure.
No, well, for a long time too. Like, the first couple of months was like, at the beginning it was like 2 weeks. 2 weeks passed by, nothing happened. A month, we'll be straight. But nah,
I remember when they were saying like, oh yeah, just give it a month and we'll be back, and it's like, oh,
psych,
yeah.
badass.
Yeah.
But especially for like the industry, dude, like a lot of people fucking were affected by it, dude. Like people that, even like the immigrant people that, that work in the kitchens. A lot of paisas work in the kitchens. A lot of like Ecuadorians, wherever the fuck you're from. Like, these people are like literally the spine of the industry, and they don't have papers, so they can't do shit. Now they're stuck.
Yeah, I mean that must have been a tough time for them, because like for us, we're able to kind of, not that we're like we have the income to kind of chill out and see what I'm gonna do next. Like, it's them, they have other bigger issues to worry about, because they're here illegally, and like they gotta worry about immigration, can't
bunch
pay
of
rent,
shit, dude.
And it's like, so they wouldn't know where to even start, to do their own thing. So yeah, man, that was a tough time, man, for myself at least. It definitely 2020, I would say, man, was financial wise, it was a great year. It sounds crazy to say, but
Same.
But yeah, man. So let's go back a little bit. The reason why I invited you here is because, we've met a couple months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
We've been riding motorcycles, we've been hanging out a lot, talking and stuff, and I think you have a very interesting story, man. I think you're a very interesting person to me. So I'm very curious to kind of see, where Oskar now, like where he came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of brought you here? So you were born in Logan Square?
No. I like to say I'm all city, because there isn't a specific place like where I lived. My parents separated at a very young age, so there was a lot of moving back and forth to different areas. Originally from Albany Park. Well, I mean, even before that, as shorties, we lived by, like, I don't know what area it is, by, like, Clark and Ashland, Foster area, Andersonville,
Okay,
some
yeah.
shit like that,
I
maybe.
think so.
Over there, Albany Park, Midway, fucking everywhere, bro. Out west, up by fucking Hermosa, Harlem, and fucking Addison, everywhere, bro. Like, there wasn't no specific.
In a specific space where you say
Yeah.
you were. So during that time, like we're talking like elementary school too, moving around.
To high school.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I believe I was 18, 19 when I moved to Logan Square, and I've been in Logan, Humboldt Park area ever since.
Since then.
Yeah,
Okay. And so, at what age did your parents separate?
7.
Oh, that's a young age.
Yeah, so.
That's kind of around the time where you're already remembering things, right? You're kind of.
For sure.
Is that kindergarten, first grade?
7th grade, I think. I don't know.
No, it's like it's way before that. But how was that, man? Like growing up with
I mean, it was young, so it was normal to us, or to me at least. That's how I seen it as a kid. It was normal.
It was just became something that just
Yeah.
was your everyday, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you can really process what's going on at that
Exactly.
age, So it's not until you, I guess, till you get to a certain age where you kind of start to think or kind of start to feel the, I don't want to say consequences, but like just, that part of your life when you get older, when you start to realize certain things about yourself. You think that had a huge part in like just
Definitely.
who you
For
are
sure.
now?
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. Like, I could loudly and proudly say that I was raised by a single mother of 4. My mom, she's that woman's like my soulmate. Like that's the homie. She was a hardworking woman, and she did what she had to do to put a roof over our head. So bless her. Shout out to mom.
Yeah, shout out to mom.
Shout out to Maggie, Mama Maggie. She's the homie, man. She still be, she's living her life right now, which is well deserved. She raised 4 kids on her own, and like I said, she did what she had to do.
Were you the oldest or youngest?
I'm the second oldest. I'm the middle child.
Oh shit.
So in total, there's 7 of us. My dad remarried. And
Okay.
My mom had 4. My dad had another 3 after us.
Steps in, so you got 3.
Siblings, yeah.
And how about your pops? You have a good relationship with your pops? Or?
Nah, not really, to be honest.
No.
Nah.
You kind of just
Yeah, just
grew up with moms.
Grew up with moms. Dad was in and out when he wanted to, type shit. But more power to him. Wish him the best. And me as a man, I'm gonna be a great father to mine. And I like to say, like, I learned on my parents' mistakes on how not to be a parent. To be a better parent.
Of course, I mean that's what I had talked about with somebody before in the podcast was, taking the bad, the good and the bad, throw away the bad, obviously from how you were raised, and you implement the good,
100%.
and then you obviously implement yourself, from your life lessons and
Lessons learned.
and you
Grow
throw away
from
the
it.
bad.
Yeah.
So I mean that's shout out to moms, man. I seen your mom, like she be on the festivals, like
She
she
be
be
out here,
dancing. So
yeah.
like that's good, to see that she deserves, all
Most
that
definitely.
and more probably deserves.
Yeah,
So
she's a little party animal. Yo, at some point we went to, I think it was the House Music Festival, and she was like, yo, like all I want for my birthday is for us to go to the House Music Festival. And I'm like,
she told you that?
yeah. I'm like, bet. So we pull up, and she's just like dancing. I'm dancing with her, and after like 30 minutes, I'm like, damn, dude, like slow your roll. She wouldn't stop dancing the whole time, yo. She's a character, man. She's awesome.
Got a young spirit, right?
Oh, 100%, man.
That's good, man. Especially like after what she's been through and everything. So that's really cool that you guys are so tight like that still to this day. 'Cause I hear a lot of stories about people growing resentment, and you have to kind of not take it personal, right? With your parents, I guess with your parents, how they raised you, right? Because they don't know.
They didn't know better.
They were learning as they went, kind of how we are now. So we're pretty blessed to be in that position where we can, take the bad. And you as a father. And how old is your daughter now?
She's 11.
11. Oh, she's getting older, right? Starting to talk back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She on one. She's that's the little homie too, dude. Like, that's like my best friend. Like, to be honest, dude. Like, she's a character.
So I just found out I'm having a kid, and you and I talked about this before, and
Happy.
so
Blessed.
I see the way you and your daughter, you guys look like best friends, So
Yeah.
I'm gonna need all the help, all the advice I can get, So what would you? I guess what tip would you give somebody like me who's just?
This is going back to like things from my parents that I learned from on how to be and how not to be, and what I wanted my parents to be. Right, like my dad was a strict ass motherfucker. I'll get out of school at 3:00. I had a bus to catch and go straight home, no later than 3:30 type shit. Right, my mom, cool. She's more of a friend type. I wish that my dad was a little bit more lenient. I wish my mom was a little more stricter.
Yeah.
I wish she was a little more disciplined. To me, in my eyes, like that would have been the perfect, the perfect world.
The perfect
now that I'm
balance.
older, right?
Yeah.
And then how they were, I utilize that as a father. I try to be a friend, but I also try to get that discipline.
Find that balance, right? And obviously, there is no real answer, right? I'm guessing, one thing somebody told me was, it's never gonna get easier. Like it's always gonna be a challenge, right?
Yeah.
So just kind of be ready for that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
everybody's always like, yo. I mean, and I know how I was when I was a teenager. I was a fucking forget about it. There'd be times where I tell my mom like, I don't know how you dealt with my ass, like.
But that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, you talk about like, your dad was strict, right?
Yeah.
But like, did you make it easy for him, or like, were you?
Nah, hell no. Me and my dad. I butted heads with him so many times, man.
Is it you were just out in the streets too much?
I love the streets, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks to say this, but it doesn't. Like, my mom was like working 7 to 7.
Yeah.
She wouldn't get home till like 8. Nobody was watching us. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was always out. God fucking blessed me. Like, nothing ever bad happened to me. I mean, I almost burned the house down once or twice. And,
oh, okay, that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Something like
got locked up a couple times.
Yeah. But that's all part of where you are now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And taking all that, and because I always said, because I've been locked up a couple times too, and I always said like the bad parts of the shit that I've been through is kind of what makes me more the person that I am now than the good stuff that has happened, the easier stuff, because those are challenges, right? Those are lessons learned. You could take it like that. You could take it as a lesson learned, or you could keep doing the same thing.
Keep doing on some
right?
goofy shit. Yeah.
So now you kind of just staying out of trouble, right?
Trying to my best.
Trying to
blow a red light here or there on my motorcycle, but
yeah, that's true. That's why your bike is all fucked up.
Yeah,
now.
right. Trying to do burnouts in front of Hentefina headquarters and shit.
Yeah, man.
But no, like I was saying with my daughter, dude, like I'm like, damn, bro, like how'd I get blessed with such a chill ass kid? At the age of 11, I was out here fucking around, borderline game banging, fucking doing stupid shit.
I like that, borderline gangbanging. That's a good word, because that's how I was.
Yeah.
And when I try to explain, people was like, yeah, borderline. I was messing around with them, but also kind of like, nah, I'm cool in those meetings. Let me know when the parties are coming up, though, or something.
Exactly.
So you say like, at those times, did you ever get into some serious stuff? Not trying to get you incriminated.
No. It was until like fucking like 14, 15. When I got into high school, that's when it started like popping out for me, like going out, graffiti, selling weed, fucking around. That's when it was like cool. In high school when it started.
So you did a lot of graffiti? I remember you mentioned that before.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of graffiti. Like that was a lifestyle for me for a very long time. It was, to be honest, like my first love. It was something that I needed for a very long time. Something that I thought like, it's going to be here forever, But it did save my life for sure. I was having this convo with someone, and I was like, yo, like, if it wasn't for graffiti, I probably would have been a gangbanger. I'd probably be somewhere else right now.
It's very interesting. I was talking, my last guest, he did graffiti as well growing up. But a lot of people that I talked to, creators-wise, that was like their first thing. So I'm starting to think like that's almost like a gateway, right? The gateway drug is graffiti. It's gonna take you either gonna take this route,
yeah.
it's gonna keep you out of trouble, or it's gonna get you in trouble, and it's gonna, you know. So very interesting that how that kind of just everything kind of starts with like, you know, graffiti or even like some old school shit, but like breakdancing. Like a lot of the creators that I talk to now, they always bring that up. That I started doing graffiti, even if it's like we're talking about a restaurant here, a pop-up, and it doesn't have to necessarily have to do anything with art. You know what I'm saying? So you think that like that graffiti day, those graffiti days, or just having that artistic side, it helps you with what you do now?
Definitely. It's all, I feel like it all falls under the same creative, you know, fucking mindset, and it like definitely showed me who I am today, for sure.
Yeah, because I see you also do a lot of like dope T-shirts. I see your flyer, even like your flyers, like little things like that. That maybe people don't really think twice, but like someone that kind of is in that world sees that, and it's like you being creative. Kind of it's not just about the food. It's about even like the little details, right? So, and the same thing with cooking, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
When you come up with your own recipe, it's like, how can I? Because I'm sure a lot of things have already been done out there. So like, how can you add your own?
Yeah, you got
your own details, right?
Yeah.
How can I make this different?
Not a lot of people see it that way. A lot of people are just like, oh, cool, like that's a shirt, but they don't know like that came out of here. You know, exactly. That came out of my fucking head. Like,
and it took days, hours, and
I probably didn't like. I don't fucking know how to use Photoshop and shit. Like I'll pay someone to do it the right way, but if you know I have an idea and I want to curate it, like I'm gonna tell you what I want, and it's a fucking $1 million fucking idea. You know what I'm saying? At least in my head and how I look at it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's kind of the curse of like the creative, when you have an idea like, oh shit, like this is it right here, and you put it out and you're like, nobody says anything, like fuck, I thought this was gonna work. Like when we make a sweater, I'm like, yo, this sweater is about to take us to a whole nother level, and like 3 people buy it, and I'm like, shit, you know. And it's like the thing that you least expect.
Yeah,
I'll just make this real quick, and that's like the big hit, you know. So it's very interesting how to understand the people, you know, your demographic and kind of how to gain customers, which is like. The next thing I want to talk to you about was like marketing for what you do, because I don't know too many people that do pop-ups, and a lot of stuff popped up during the pandemic, but for you to still, you know, be making a living out of that and growing, and just the relationships that you've been building with that, you know, how do you plan? For example, you got a pop-up coming up. What's your strategy for getting it out there, or just marketing wise?
I come up with a flyer. And for a very long time, even when I started the pop-up, like, I was so eager to fucking, like, all right, we're going to do it, like, fucking 2 times a week or 3 times a week. And someone brought it up to my attention. They're like, bro, like, you got to be, like, supreme. And I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? He's like, look at it this way, bro. Like, if you're, like, Old Navy and you drop the same shit over and over and over, or, like, I don't know, some fucking famous brand. Like every other month there's a new drop. People are not going to be excited about it. They're like, you got to be real exclusive with it. Like you can't fucking do it. And then if you keep doing it over and over and over, people are going to get tired of it. So then I'm like, damn, like that makes sense. I don't want people getting tired of my food. I want people to be like, oh shit, he has a pop-up. We got to go. We got to go. And when they made the decision, I was like, cool. I'm going to have a pop-up once a week. But I'm not going to tell no one. Pop up once a week or maybe 3 times a month. Skip a week or something like that. And then also another rule that I told myself was I'm not going to post about the pop-up till 2 to 3 days prior. So then it keeps people on their toes. You know, 2 days, even better. Now they got to fucking like, oh shit, I got to be there. You know, I got to fucking beat the line because everybody's going to try to go. And there's been times like, people fucking lines down the fucking block, bro. Like, insane. I was like, dude, like, people actually fucking like this shit.
Yeah, it's crazy to see, right? Even, like, you know what you do and you know what you're making is good, but you can never imagine.
Never in my life.
I'm lying around the block.
Never in my life. And you know, I'll see it and I get anxiety, bro. I'll be like, damn, bro. Like, I have to put, if I'm cooking, I have to put my like flat tops away from the people so my back is towards them. So like if I look at them, I'm like, oh fuck. If I'm facing them, I'm like, oh damn, like now I gotta feed all these people. I'd rather just put my head down and do what the fuck I gotta do.
And that's kind of what helps you with
That's just
focusing
focus,
on
yeah,
the right
for
thing
sure.
in there.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure you have a lot of, at your Popups, a lot of interaction with people, right? People that come see you, people that know you, homies, or just people that seen you around, or they heard about you. So I'm sure there's a lot of, hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
shaking
bro.
hands
Yeah, there's a lot of that. And that's one thing that I don't like is to, like, respectfully, like, deal with people, bro. Like, there's a lot of people, like I said, respectfully, like, they be like, yo, what's up, dog? And I'm like, I don't know who you are, but, like, I'm showing love to them because they're showing me love back.
Of course.
But it's like, there's too many people to remember. There's too many people to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I been having my close friends with me for fucking 10 plus years. You know, like, I don't look for new friends. I don't need new friends, you know, except you, because you're cool.
I was going to say.
I fucks with you.
We can
but you know what, though?
We can end this right here, bro.
It feels like I've been knowing you for a minute. You know
that's
what
what I was going to get to right now, because, like, we hung out at bars after cruising around, and it seems like everybody knows you. Everybody's coming up to you. And sometimes you look confused, like, I don't know who the fuck that was, but fuck it, you know. But so that's what I wanted to ask you, because you also have friends that you grew up with, right? Like your core 3-4 group of friends that you guys been around since shorty. So
my life type shit.
Why do you think that is, that you've been able to kind of keep that, even in your entrepreneurial stage, still keep those kind of friends around?
Man, I look at it now. And, like, bringing back to what I said earlier is, like, how the fuck that, like, my mom deal with my shit, you know? And I feel like my homies nowadays, like, that's been with me since day one, they they know who the fuck I am. They know how I could be. They know how I could act. But they also know that I keep it a buck, you know? They know I keep it real, and that's why they keep me around. That's the way I like to think, at least, you know? Because why the fuck else would they deal with a younger Oskar?
That's why it's because I'm the same. I don't like to really bring in new people like that in. I have my group of friends since high school, but like with you, like we're talking about, like it feels like we've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
We kind of share similar thoughts, and especially on certain people that we meet, you know, we kind of, like, I feel like we have the same when we're in front of somebody. We feel the same energy when, you know, like, yo, this person's a little weird or something. And I like when you say it, because I'm like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, I don't know about this fool.
yeah. So, like, that's very important, right? Being able to just feel that person, right? Because they'll come up to you and smile, but that comes with experience, right? Life, dealing with people that will come and smile in your face, or just feel, especially with what you do. There has to be times where you feel like this guy's just trying to use my name,
man.
the brand, right?
It's crazy too, cause when I started this shit, when I started my business, it was like people out of nowhere coming out the woodwork, like, hey, yo, let me give you this, let me give you that, you know, let me invest. I'm like, gee, I'm good, bro. Like, respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on my own, and it feels good, to be honest. Like, I built this from the ground up. I fucking started with a little tiny flat top. Now I got like 2 or 3, and now I got employees. Now I got an assistant. Now I got an accountant.
You got your van.
Like, I got my van. You know, I'm moving around town, and people are like, oh, pull up on a food truck. I don't have a food truck. I mean, I got my equipment. I'll pull up on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong. I'm telling you from experience. My first company that I got, Midwest Cargo, you know, I did that on my own. And thinking back now, the people that maybe wanted to invest at that time, I probably could have helped a lot. But luckily, it's where it's at now, thank God. But I would just say, I guess what I would suggest is don't be afraid to get in business with people. Don't be afraid to network. And like if somebody says, hey, I want to invest, okay, let's sit down, let's talk. You know, you don't have to say yes or no.
Yeah, for sure. I'm always open to listen. My ears are open, for sure, 100%. But
yeah, because you just never know, man. There's people out there that genuinely care and want to help or want to be a part of it. Because what I learned in being an entrepreneur is people want to be entrepreneurs, right? But not everybody has that, you know, that mentality of like the discipline or just the mentality of being able to come up with something creative, something different, right?
Yeah.
So their way of kind of entering the world is, how can I help this person out, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm similar to you too, man. I like to do shit on sometimes I'll just do it myself. But,
Yeah.
And it's no better feeling when you have nothing, you don't owe nobody anything, right? But I think you're gonna get to a certain level at one point where you're gonna be like, damn, I need some, you know, the big checks, you know, some funding if you want to get to the certain level.
Yeah.
But hopefully you can do it on your own, you know what I'm saying? That's why I brought you here. I wanted to talk to you about investing. Nah, man, that's cool, man. That you've got this far.
150.
To start.
150 to start. Yeah. Cut the check.
There you go, 150.
I make it 2. Fuck it.
As long you'll only entertain that shit.
$2.
150. 150. Yeah, man. So what's next then for the brand? I know you got the event coming up with Esme.
Yeah.
I know your anniversary.
My 2-year anniversary is in a couple of days, which reminds me I gotta make a fucking post about it. I've been so busy. So yeah, I got the 2-year anniversary. I'm dropping T-shirts with that. It's gonna be dope. I'm big on vintage. I'm big on bulls. Grew up on them. So I took the back-to-back championship T-shirt, and I kind of put Birriatatatacos on it and incorporated some stuff into it.
Yeah, you be having some dope like vintage style graphics on your T-shirts.
That's my shit, bro. I'm into vintage, though. Like I love to collect shit.
You have to hook me up with your Photoshop guy, man.
I got you.
Yeah, man, that's really clean work.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy David Stilo from Rottweiler. Wearing his hat.
Rottweiler,
yeah, he's from San Diego. I don't even know how the fuck we met, but we met a couple years ago, and he came to Chicago, and yeah, we've been cool ever since. And he was just recently here, not too long ago. He came out for the Plant Shop Chicago Black Party.
Oh shit!
Which was a major success.
A week ago or something like that.
Yeah, last Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, what was so it was a block at on
Albany Park.
In Albany Park.
Yeah. So shout out to my boys Ozzy and Flo. Ozzy's like my big brother. Flo, he's the big homie too. Well, we're the same age, but Oswaldo, he's been a great friend, a big brother, mentor to me. Showed me a lot of things. Him and I met when he was 17, I was 15, through Graffiti on MySpace.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Turns out he lived like literally a block behind me on the alley whole time. And it was like when social media was on MySpace, and it was a big thing. And I would see his name up, or he would see my name up too. And we started following each other on MySpace. And one day we were just like, yo, like we need to go fucking write on shit. Let's go tag some shit up. And he's like, yeah, for sure. Meet me right here. I'm like, hold up, what? Dog, he lived like
right around the block.
After that, it was history. We were together like every day.
And he's in San Diego now?
No, I'm talking about Ozzy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about Ozzy, yeah.
Yeah, Ozzy's a dope person. So hopefully I can have him on here one day. But Ozzy's another person I've met around the same time as you.
Yeah.
I like Ozzy because I like all you guys because you guys aren't smiley ass dudes. Like you're walking up all happy, smiling.
You make me smile.
And I like that. I like that people because I've growing up, just going through certain things. People that smile too much kind of like, yo, what are you smiling about?
Yeah.
Why are you so happy, motherfucker?
What am I? We're gonna look like a clown to you?
Yeah, that's
so yeah, Ozzy and Flo, they are the co-owners of Plant Shop Chicago, up on 4601 North Elston. Ask me why I know. I don't know. I just know I've been there for so long.
That's cactuses, right?
Everything.
That's
house plants, succulents. Go hit them up. So
you say Ozzy? He's been a friend for a long time then.
Yeah, man. Half my life since I was 15. So big homie right there. They I think this is the 3rd year that we just had the Black Party. Yeah, 3rd year. Last year was very successful. This one even more successful, and just envisioning what's gonna happen in the next couple of years as far as for a Black Party. And it was dope, man. It's like they host a bunch of vendors. I think it was like 30 something vendors this year, and we utilize our platforms to bring other small businesses together and help them out. And it was awesome. They had a mariachi, they had mad sponsors. It was dope. It was a beautiful thing to see a lot of local vendors come together and just sell their shit and make money.
Yeah, that's really big, man, because Chicago has this fame of being a hater city, right?
100%. All right, bro. I could talk about that for days.
Well, we can get into it, man.
Well, this is the thing, bro. It's like, and I'm guilty as charged for having that type of animosity towards other Chicagoans or having that hatred towards other people. Like, I feel like we don't want each other to grow. And I decided to change that mindset when I started my business because I realized how many people were supporting me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna change my mind because now I have this platform where people are looking at me. One, I don't want to look like a fucking goofy. Two, I have a daughter. Like, she can't look at me and be like, damn, my dad was talking shit about this, and this person. Nah, hell nah, bro. So I'm like, you know what, dude? It starts with me. It starts with Oskar, changing that mindset, utilizing my platform to get to some other younger kid's head. If I could change one person's mind and be like, nah, G, like, don't hate on someone else. For what? What are you gonna get out of it? There's gonna be some regular ass fucking Chicago motherfucker. Be better, you know.
Yeah, but there's plenty of room, plenty of money for everybody.
There is, and not a lot of people. Not a lot of people see that shit. You know,
I think it's not about not wanting somebody to grow. I think, you know, it's more of a fear they're gonna take my shit, you know, or them feeling like this person's out to take my customers, to take my, you know, my lane. But it's not. There's plenty of lanes for everybody.
There's everybody eats. Everybody eats, dog. You know, I had other businesses like hate on me and, you know, talk shit through the grapevine, but I'm like,
that's it comes with it, right?
It comes with the territory. And a lot of people, you know, they'll explain to me like, you're a threat to them. They see you as a threat. You know, I don't look at it that way. I'm here to support. I'm here to show love. I'm here to fucking whatever. If you need me, you need some knowledge, you need some hands, and I got them, you got them. I'm not here to fucking give into like that. Fuck that motherfucker. Yeah. He fucking going down in flames. You know have cooks or whatever the fuck the situation is.
Yeah,
like,
and that comes with, I guess that comes with some maturity, right? That takes some maturity, because, you know, me seeing it growing up, being, when I did music, when I did film, I did all this, just being in the creative world, it's everywhere. It's not just like, you know, restaurants, it's not just in fashion, it's everything. It's basically everything in Chicago, so it does have that fame of being a hater city. I think it's changed a lot, so that's really cool.
You're just gonna be like every regular Chicago motherfucker. I'm not no regular Chicago motherfucker. I'm trying to change that. You know, it starts, like I said, it starts with me. It starts with people like you to change the next person's mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that comes when you've also like very sure of what you do, right? When you found your lane and you're like, hey, I'm on my lane, like you're coasting, and so you feel like you don't need to be over here messing with this person's lane, or you know. So I agree. It starts with us, and it's really cool that you guys. I see you guys do it all the time. You collab with a lot of people, man. So how do you decide, like, okay, I will collab with this person?
It gotta benefit both of us for sure. Man, I've done a lot. Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
Has there ever been a time, you don't have to say obviously with who or nothing, but a time where you were invited to a pop-up, and let's say it was a good, like, money-wise, right? It sounded like a good idea, but maybe you just didn't, you know.
There's another thing that I like to tell myself, like, money will never be the motive. It can't be the motive. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier, how to me I get a kick out of people enjoying my food. I get a kick out of people like being satisfied and having a full belly and having a smile after the meal. That's what gets me fucking going. If you have that mindset where like, oh, I need to make X amount of money, then that sucks for you, bro. Your quality of food ain't gonna be there. You're just making shit to make shit.
You know? And now your stress levels are higher because you worry about, you know, the money. Because when you love something that you do, and you're good at it, and you know you're good at it, the money's gonna come. Yeah, right.
There's been plenty of times where it's like a slow ass pop up. You know, I had one a couple days ago. It is what it is. Keep it pushing. I got another one coming up.
Did you ever have a pop up where you lost?
Oh, I would say a good like 50% of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you keep going? How do you say, man,
I gotta do it. Someone gotta pay the bills. If I don't do it, you know, someone else is gonna do it.
Yeah. How do you talk yourself out of the ledge, for say, when a pop-up does go wrong, or you feel like it didn't go the way you wanted it to go? how do you tell yourself, it's all good, it's just this one time?
Better luck next time, brother.
Yeah, right.
Keep pushing. That's it. You can't like dwell on that shit, bro. You dwell on that shit, then you're gonna be stressed out about fucking money, bro. That's not my motive, bro. If worst comes to worst, I'll fucking, find a job or some shit. I'll fucking clean some tires, or I don't fucking know, I'll go work for you. Fuck it.
Work for you.
You know what I'm saying? I'll go fucking sew up some stuff.
Absolutely.
But it's like
for minimum wage.
$5 an hour.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, bro. You can't. I see motherfuckers out here stressed about money all the time, living paycheck to paycheck. I lived that lifestyle for a minute too, and it's like I can't be that motherfucker to stress about it. That's the least of my worries. I'm fortunate that I have some funds, but fuck that.
Obviously, money's not everything, but obviously it helps. But just being able to be in a comfortable spot already with what you're doing, with what you love, it's already a win, right? You're already winning life if you can wake up every day. But I can't wait to get cooking, I got the pop-up coming up. Like, you're excited for it.
Gee,
and that's why I like what you do, because every week is something different, right? Like, every weekend you got something
somewhere else. Yeah, for sure. I get to wake up and call my daughter or pick her up from school or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more meaningful to me. I got a business where, if I don't want to work, if I want to spend the weekend with my daughter, then I can't. I don't have no fucking white man corporate person telling me, like, all right, G, you got to be here at work at X amount of time, whatever the fuck.
You're out of sick days.
Or, yeah, you're done with sick. Like, nah, G, like, I'm sick right now. Like, but I want to be, I'm here, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. I get to do whatever the fuck I want whenever the fuck I want. And I'm proud to say that. And nobody could tell me, you got to be at work fucking 7 days a week for forever. And that was my in this career, bro, like, especially back in the day, bro, I opened up so many restaurants, bro. Not so many, but like the ones I worked at, and it was times where like I would work 4 months straight, 6 to 7 days a week for 14 hours a day, slaving away. I missed out on a lot of my daughter's life. I missed out on holidays and birthdays and shit like that for so long. And now that I got my own shit, it's like I'll never go back to that. I'll never go back to working for the man.
Of course, especially if you had a taste already of being your own boss. I mean, I would definitely say financial freedom should be everybody's goal, right? When you're getting into into being an entrepreneur, because if you start focusing on the money, it's just not gonna work. I learned my lesson real quick early on when I would start businesses, and I would fail miserably, and I would lose a lot of money because I would just think about, man, what am I gonna buy when this money comes in? Like, some money came in, let's go spend it, and then, so it was all about the money, and it's as fast as it came, gone, man. So quick. When I started switching that, and I got older, obviously, and it became more about the money. It became about me being able to not have sick days. To me, that's crazy. I can only be sick these many days a year. Like, that's a trip for me. So that was always that. When that became my goal to or come in whenever the hell I want to come in, even though I come in earlier now. I think, and I work way more than I did before. But it's stuff that I want to do. I have the liberty. I don't have to go in tomorrow if I don't want to. I can go in at whatever time I want. So now that I'm here, this was the goal, right? And I'm guessing that's that keeps you going too, right? Being able to have that freedom to make those decisions, to move wherever the hell you want to move, how you want to move, with who you want to move, right? I feel like that's the key. That's
the goal. Like, one day just to show up, have X amount of restaurants and 2 or 3 or 4, and just show up and show face. Have people run that shit for me.
Was that one of your main, I would say, your long-term goals would be?
Yeah, to have a couple restaurants and, eventually, open up more and then have someone run it for me. And I'll just show up here for a couple hours, go to the next one for a couple hours. Just gotta trust the people,
Trust the people, build a good team around you, people that you can trust when you're not there, to not be there. It can be done. It's just a matter of you building those relationships. Finding the right people around you, and obviously saving some money, right? That's.
But también, it's like, you gotta show that the same love that they're showing your business, you gotta show them back, because if it's not for them, you ain't shit.
Are you talking about the customers?
No, you're talking about the people that work for you.
Your employees, right?
Employees, yeah. You gotta show them love. You know.
That's how you keep them.
That's how you keep them.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I agree with that. I have my employees. When I see them buy a car, when I see, me and my girl, I got our own spot now. Like, that becomes like another motivation for me, and like to keep the jobs coming in. You know, keep the work coming in. Not necessarily because I want this, I want that. It's because now I have different responsibilities, right? And you having your employees now, that's the goal, right? To make sure that they're good, taken care of, that they don't feel ripped off or feel like, I gotta go work for this guy again.
Yeah, no.
I need the money, so fuck it, I'll do it. But
you know, it's been a lot of growing for sure. There's certain things like in the industry back in the day when I was young, bro, like chefs were fucking assholes, and that's what I knew. That's what I got taught.
Was that just the culture of?
It was definitely the culture, bro. Like, chefs will fucking be like, get the fuck off the line, or like they'll throw if you don't play something the right way, they'll fucking throw it at you, or they'll throw the plate at you, and it's like, oh shit, just keep working, do it better next time, don't make that mistake again. You know, eventually, gradually, me becoming, you know, higher up in the game, as far as like becoming a sous chef or a lead line cook or wherever the fuck it was, or becoming an executive. Because that was the environment you were in, you brought back it to these other people, right? When you're being a fucking head chef or whatever. And that was me for a little bit, dude. Like, I was that asshole. And now that I look back, I'm like, damn, bro, like, I regret it. You know, people probably fucking hated me, how I hated my chefs like that. But now it's different, bro. Like, I learned and I grew from it. Now I gotta be positive. I gotta have patience. I gotta fucking teach. I gotta guide people. I can't be that motherfucker like an old chef of mine was. Because if I'm that motherfucker, then they're not gonna want to work for me. They're not gonna want to fucking stick around. They're not gonna be motivated. They're gonna fucking hate you. How I hated my fucking old chefs. So, you know, nowadays it's like, instead of yelling, instead of fucking screaming or losing my shit, it's like, all right, G, I'm gonna show you how to do it the right way. I'm gonna tell you how to do it the right way, so next time you learn from it. You're not fucking scared, you're not fucking mad, you're not angry or whatever. We keep it moving. Now I taught you how I want my shit. Why are you gonna keep doing the mistake? Just do it right.
Yeah, you have two options, right? You can be a boss or you could be a leader, right?
Yeah.
The boss is the guy that stands in the back and whipping, come on, keep it moving. And leader is the guy that gets in the front, grabs the reins, like, yo, let's go.
That's 100% me right there, bro. I see someone going down, like, boom, move out. I got you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking step on your toes. If you're doing it wrong, I'm gonna show you a couple times. That's it. You know, you don't have to be over here stressing over something. I had this one shorty at a pop-up. He was really eager to learn, and I'm like, I got you, G. Like, I'm gonna show you. And he got all nervous and woo, and I'm like, G, like, there's no time to be nervous right now, bro. Right now, we're working. Put your head in the game. Let's focus on this. Because we had mad orders at this time, right? Like, fucking almost 200-300 tacos. That's not a certain point. And I'm like, G, like, these people are going to get their food. It's going to come out regardless. They paid for it. They could wait an extra couple minutes. But we're going to serve this shit right. And you ain't going to be nervous about it, bro. Because you're just making tacos. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing surgery, homie. You know?
Yeah. I like that. I guess when you make them realize that, right?
Yeah.
When you tell them,
and homie was...
You're making tacos, bro. Like,
homie was shaking, all nervous. I'm like, bro, I'm not yelling at you. I'm not screaming at you. I'm telling you, like, we're going to get it done, period. And we're going to sell good food, and people are going to love this shit. And that's about it. So don't be scared like you're doing something wrong, because you're not doing nothing wrong. Just keep working. Let's get it.
Just hurry up.
Hurry the fuck up. Nah.
Yeah.
Low key, right?
Yeah, man. That comes with, like I said,
Bro, but after I told homie that shit, like, his whole demeanor changed. Like, homie was, like, shaking nervously. I'm like, bro, nah, like, this ain't it. Like, I'm not fucking mad at you, bro. Let's get it.
But
I'm here with you. Yeah. We're both in the shits. But we can't let it beat us.
You ever had a bad experience with customers coming, like...
Man, yeah. I'll never forget this one lady. It was probably, like, my first 10 pop-ups, and my boy, like, took this girl on a date or something, And it was actually me and Melina. We were like cruising on the like Mexican Independence Day like 2 years ago. We were just cruising. I have a 6'4" Impala, and we were in that bitch, and she was in it with us. And then a couple days later, I had a pop-up, and this lady, like, there was a line, and she walked up to the front, and she's like, "Oh yeah, my daughter says she knows you." Woo woo. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm sorry. So she expected to like cut the line because
VIP treatment.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know, I told one of my friends that was working the front, like taking orders. I'm like, tell her like no, like I don't like. She needs to wait in line with everybody else. Like if my mom's waiting in line, you're fucking waiting in line.
Yeah.
Ain't no way you cut in. Like, anyways, so she gets her food after whatever time, and she dips. She's gone for like 20 minutes or something. She comes back with a bag, and all her consommé fell, and she just boom drops it on the table, and she's like, "Oh, this spilled all over my food, woo, woo, woo." And I'm like, "Bro, you've been gone for like 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm shutting down right now." I refunded her money, and that's about it. But it's
wow.
like, you're not, like, that was just a weird interaction. People just feel really obligated, you know.
Entitled, right?
Entitled and shit. I don't like that shit. Nah.
But it comes with the territory.
Yeah,
right?
I guess. I just don't like dealing with people. I'll just smile and be like,
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, how do you deal on it? How do you keep that? How do you keep it cool, especially when you were? I mean, luckily at that time, because you were almost done, right? It's not like in the middle of like the busiest.
man, luckily ain't nothing crazy really happened ever. Like, and knock on wood, but nothing crazy. Like even if I know I'm in the wrong or not in the wrong, like I'll refund people their money. The other day I made a wrong order, and I'm like, "Yo, like I got you, bro. I'll refund your money, and the tacos are on us." You know,
Like VIP customer service, right? So how do you prepare for a pop-up? Is it the day before, weeks before, days before?
It depends. Usually 2 days. It takes me about 2 days. If I'm rushing, like if I need to, I could do things in 1 day. But that's me in the kitchen, fucking forever, prepping all day. And people think, bro, it's just like, oh, he has one pop-up a week. It's like, that motherfucker ain't working. But nah, like, it takes time to do things the right way.
Yeah.
You know, besides like prepping for a pop-up, I am still networking. I got meetings almost every fucking day. Unexpected meetings every fucking day. I gotta go here or there. I gotta go shopping. I gotta go buy stuff, product. A lot of things.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, I'm sure buying the products alone takes a whole
couple hours,
half a day thing,
yeah,
right?
Yep.
Because, and I'm sure you're looking for the freshest stuff. And I seen the lines at those Restaurant Depot places.
Man, fuck Restaurant Depot.
Crazy, man. I've seen.
That's a pain in the ass.
I just look at the stuff you post. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Fucking waiting forever. Dude.
It's not just the day or 2 days before, right? It's you've taken all week to prepare for this weekend.
Basically, yeah.
To make sure everything goes as smooth as possible and quality.
I'm over here, you know, besides like shopping and prepping 1 week, I'm already on the next fucking 3 or 4 pop-ups, bro. I got shit booked up until even January. We're booking up right now, type shit. Good. Out of town pop-ups, like anything that benefits my business. You know, when it comes to out of town pop-ups, it's a hit or miss, yeah. But it's also like networking. Now I got people in North Carolina. I done pop-ups. San Diego. I done pop-ups. I done pop-ups in New Orleans. We're about to go to Puerto Rico for a fucking pop-up.
Yeah, you told me that's great.
Fucking wild, bro. Like, let's go.
That's fucking dope. I love New Orleans, too. That's my...
I need to go back,
It's my
man.
second home. I got a tattoo in.
Yeah.
I lived there for a bit. But, so what would you tell... Now, you know, you're talking about all this cool stuff coming up, and that's amazing. Who would have thought... If you would have thought back, right before you even thought about doing the pop-up, right when you started making the video and everything, like, oh, shit, this might work. Do you feel like you are where you want to be, or when you saw yourself?
Hell no. I never expected to be here right now.
Yeah.
Never in my fucking life, bro. I'm like beyond blessed, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say like I didn't deserve it, but damn, bro. Like sometimes I think I'm like, why me? What did I do to deserve this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I guess all my hard work for being in this fucking industry for so long.
Not just that. That's hard work is it's a very small part of everything that you do. It's those friendships, right? The energy that you when you walk into a room, when you go to these restaurants, network, when you go to the bar, just to hang out, you know. I see you interact with people, and there's nothing but love coming your way, you know what I'm saying? And that doesn't come with just you working hard or luck, you know. A lot of people say I got lucky. Now that everything that's been going on, and there's going to be much more, is everything you've gone through in life has put you in these positions, right?
Yeah.
The energy that you bring, the energy that you take in from certain people, putting yourself around just dope people, you know, that's all of that. All of that, that's you know, and it's crazy to think that you didn't even imagine yourself being
I probably would have been some, you know, sous chef or executive or somewhere at some restaurant, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's what I was before this. I was, you know, a sous chef somewhere, and I couldn't see myself going back to something like that. So shout out to the pandemic.
Yeah. And the crazy part is, it's just the beginning too, right? Like you just starting to going to different cities. Now you're going to Puerto Rico. I mean, there's a whole world out there that hasn't experienced Birriatatatacos, you know?
Bro, they're gonna.
So what you're doing, the way
there.
you're doing it, is I think it's fucking dope. I think it's genius. I think you're gonna have a lot of dope shit coming up. It's just a matter of keeping that foot on the gas. You know, don't let up, and keep that same energy that you got going right now. But just keep that going for sure. And it's nothing but blessings coming your way for sure. But
Appreciate it, G.
What would you tell yourself if let's say high school Oskar came up to you and said, "Hey, I want to be a chef. I want to be a chef one day." And you knowing what you know now, what would you tell him? This is you talking to.
Take it easy. Like I said, there was a lot of time and devotion into it. But at the end of it, like I said before, just spending so many fucking countless hours and missing out on a lot of like memorable moments that I could have had. I would have told myself, like, take it easy. Enjoy life more. Don't fucking like, don't break your back for other people. Because then in return, like, they ain't gonna give you shit back.
I appreciate you coming by, bro.
Yep. Thank you for having me, man.
And any shout outs you have for anybody or anything coming up that you want?
Nah, man. Just be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for Chef Oskar, bro. Like, it's a lot of dope things coming up, man. A lot of beautiful things, man. We blessed out here. You know, bad moments, never a bad day. Try to stay positive. Learn as much as you can, and yeah.
Never stop learning, right?
Shout out to Melina.
Shout out to Melina. She's over here. Brought you over here, right?
Yeah, she took me in her horse and wagon type of deal. Cinderella.
The Cinderella story?
Yeah.
All right, man. Shout out to Melina. Shout out to all the homies.
Shout out to Plant Shop. Shout out to Ray. Shout out to Stilo. Yo, shout out to my boy Adam from fucking Lucky Prince. He's printing out my shirts. Follow us on Birriatatatacos. I gotta roll them R's. Yeah, that's my handle for the business page. And then Father Oskar. Yep, on Instagram.
On Instagram. Appreciate you, brother.
Bendiciendo tu nombre.